What's going on, guys? Danny or Wi-Fi Astronaut back here again with another video. And today we are going to be talking about one specific Amazon wholesale strategy that you probably are not using to break your way into wholesale. Now, there's tons of strategies you can use. There's tons of YouTube tutorials. There's tons of software. There's a lot of basic information out there, but I haven't really heard people speaking about this kind of strategy to be able to break your way into wholesale. So let's get straight into it. So the premise of this strategy is reverse sourcing. And the idea is to find a profitable OA lead and then simply try to find that product at wholesale. So an example of this would be, let's say you were selling craft glue, right? You're selling craft glue profitably as an OA lead. Your next step would be go to the craft glue brand and see if you can buy direct from them. So you'd go to craft glue, you'd send them an email, or you'd call them, however their way of getting contacted is. You would do that, and you'd reach out and say, hey, I'm interested in buying your products at wholesale. If not, right, if you try and you can't get the brand direct, which you probably can't, you say, okay, who are your distributors? Who are your wholesalers? Who can I buy this product in bulk, in large quantity at wholesale from? Once you find out that information, then you would go to those distributors and you'd say, hey, I'm looking to buy some of your products. Ideally, I'm looking for craft glue, the craft glue brand. Can we work something out? Can I get a price sheet, master catalog, things like that? You do that, and then you just start selling the product at wholesale once you get the account, and just don't stop until you're able to actually get that account, right? Because if you're selling a product profitably at OA and then you're able to buy it at wholesale, it not only is it a great introduction to wholesale, but it's essentially a guaranteed profit. Now, there are risks on the listing, as if it is a OA lead, there could be a ton more sellers eventually coming on it, which will crash the price. However, you are buying it at wholesale, so it shouldn't really affect you too much. You're able to lower your price to a point where you can stomp out everyone else on the listing, and all the people who are buying it as an OA lead eventually will see it as non-profitable, and then you could just keep selling it into the sunset profitably through wholesale. And another important benefit to this is once you start doing it, like a few times, and you start getting it going and get the ball rolling with that distributor, you'll have really good history with that distributor. So then you can use this you can leverage this, you're spending with this distributor, you can leverage it in other areas. So in other brands, maybe there's a brand that's not profitable for you to sell unless you get a 10% or 15% off discount on some of their products, or the brand as a whole. You can leverage with the sales rep saying, hey, look, I spent $50,000 with you guys on craft glue. You can expect me to do around the same volume with this brand and then with this brand if I'm able to get these discounts on it. You can leverage your previous purchasing to fund newer purchasing, so you can further your way into wholesale. And it's just a really, really, really great way to get a great it's a really, really great way to get a good introduction into wholesale, because it's guaranteed profit. You're just looking for those one or two specific products or brands, and it's almost like foolproof. I've done this tons of times. I still do it to this day. It's a great way to find good distributors and good brands as well, because a lot of times if the brand is an OA lead, a lot of times, let's say it's craft glue. If one craft glue is an OA lead, and let's say Amazon is not on any of the listings, but if one craft glue ASIN is an OA lead, I guarantee half of the other craft glue ASINs are going to be OA leads as well, as long as they're not completely wholesale out, or if they're out of stock somewhere. But pretty much this is a fantastic way to get into it. I highly recommend you guys all check it out and try it. But if not, see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.